Today on the channel, we're back at it with another big rubber guy. This time, the Macho King, Randy Savage.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Big Rubber Guys unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got an all-timer. We got a king, a Macho King that is, with the Macho King, Randy Savage. But of course, for all your Big Rubber Guy needs, head over to Collect Major. That's where you get your pre-orders in, all that rigmarole over there. And of course, right now as I'm filming this, Paul Ellering and the Nasty Boys, the latest and greatest up there for pre-order. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And the Macho Man, no stranger to the Big Rubber Guys. We've had 3 Macho Man, I guess, 2 repaints off the original one. We'll do some comparisons to that one later on in this video. But we know the Macho King, the Macho Man, I guess more like it, license is a little bit expensive. So you're going to get the most out of that license you can, and they did that with the Macho King right here. But of course, got a little plot twist with this one. It was originally a wrestling collector shop exclusive. Whatever happened, they didn't get their bills paid, whatever it may be. This was pulled from them, and the Collect Major guys, Major Bendy's Big Rubber Guys team sent this one out to everybody. They took ownership of all the product and got them to us here. I want to say this was a pre-order about a year ago, too. So there was a lot of shenanigans involved. Nice to have this here today for us. And of course, you're a Macho Man fan, you're going to need this in your collection. But let's dive into it. It should be a fairly quick one here with the Big Rubber Guys. But it is Big Rubber Guys, of course, right there at the top. Major, Collect Major, as we know. Very iconic Macho Man. We even got an Elite of this one way back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. Absolutely love this version of the Macho King here. And it's interesting. You think of an early Macho King. It's kind of like that first Legend figure we got from Mattel way back when. Kind of the purple and the gold. And then there was this era kind of. So it was like 2 different, I guess, outfits for the Macho King at the time here. But this one very iconic in its own way. It looks like you walked out of an episode of Saved by the Bell or something like that. Who knows? But Big Rubber Guys, once again, glamour shot. You got the figure in there. You got some accessories with this one, which is always fun. Nothing on the side, nothing on the side, then on the back. Look at that cross-sell. Unbelievable how many figures are in this line. It just keeps adding and adding, and we've unboxed every single one on the channel, so make sure you're checking it out. It says, not a toy, ages 18 and up. And a lot of people say these Big Rubber Guys LJN-style figures are dog toys, so I don't know. I've never thought of it that way, but some people do not like this style of figure, and as we always say, you like what you like, you don't what you don't. We know how that goes by now. There's old Macho Man there, very sturdy in the plastic. That's a new addition here over the last couple of sets. I am here for that for sure. Can I get the scepter out? There we go. There we go, maybe. Come on, Mach. There it is. What up, Mach, as one may say. Now, I do keep my packaging on these. I've talked about that before. Getting a little crazy because where am I going to store all this packaging? That's a good question. But I do store all this. Going to put it nice, gentle off to the side. See you later. But now let's dive in. We're going to start with that no good scepter. Of course, Todd McFarlane, we all remember that scepter getting bashed over the Ultimate Warrior's head, costing him the World Heavyweight title against one Sergeant Slaughter at the Royal Rumble. Shenanigans aplenty. Shenanigans aplenty. And I don't remember Ultimate Warrior getting a rematch for that title belt with Sergeant Slaughter either. So shenanigans abound like crazy. However, we all remember Ultimate Warrior. He got his revenge. WrestleMania 7. Retired the Macho Man Randy Savage. Put an end on his career. And then when the Jake Roberts shenanigans went down, of course, he had to write a letter to the Ultimate Warrior. Said, Warrior, I know you retired me, but you're the only one that can unretire me. Will you please help me here? And Warrior, being that stand-up individual, he said, you know what, Mach? You got it. You're back in. You're back in. Keep the clean living like I do, and you'll be off to the races. And that's exactly what happened. I wouldn't even fact check that if I was you. But we do got this scepter here. Always gets me off on a tangent. Nice purple at the top. Gold. Looking good. Looks like a scepter. And then, of course, we got the Macho crown here. Looking good. Very iconic, of course. I remember the Hasbro one when I was a kid. it was like another title belt in my fig fed. I'd use that Macho crown, and people would feud over the King moniker. So very cool to see that. Got the purple once again, and the gold says Macho. On brand, I would say. But now we're diving into old Macho himself. What up, Mach, as they say. First thing I notice is he's got that kind of veins going on in his neck. He would always have that going on. You got that mouth. Even that mouth covered by his mustache and his beard. You can tell he's just gritting and bearing it, maybe. Got those iconic goggles up there, this time with the more 90s neon pattern going there. Got the long black flowing hair. Got a beautiful hot dog tan. Oh, just glistening on the roller. Looks absolutely beautiful there. And then we got the wild color patterns on here. You got the checkers all over the place. Now, normally this is where I'd pop in with a little striper, but not this time here. He's got a little too much pink and green mixed in that I don't think it's just a straight up striper tribute. Somebody can fact check it if they want in the comments. If this is actually striper infused gear, and then maybe I'll do the video over. Maybe, but I don't think it is. Looks very, very nice, though. He's got the punching hand up here, got the fist ready. He's flexing the bi going on. You got the green hand tape, the green wrist tape as well on both sides. Got a hole over here to hold the scepter. Obviously, that's a very nice addition there. You got to have that. And then you got the very cool boots down here in white with pink laces. Pink laces. Oh, my goodness. And as we do know, no articulation on this one. You can see the seam on this guy pretty clear. This is about the clearest seam I've seen where they glue this figure together. So I do notice that. I do take note of that. I always do look at these two and say, okay, if I was a kid and I had this Macho Man, would this be fun playing in my fig fed with? Now, a lot of people say you can't play with LJNs. Let me tell you, if you were a little kid growing up, and that's all you knew, you could play with your LJNs. And this Macho Man would be very good playing LJN figure. Do all kinds of DDTs, things like that going good. Of course, you got the big elbow drop, ready to drop that off the top. There's enough to do to be dangerous with this Macho Man. I think I would play with this one maybe a little bit more than the iconic LJN Macho Man, just because of the fist here. You could be punching people in the fist. Obviously, you could do the elbow drop like that one, but a few different moves you could do. So this one would be definitely fun in the collection. I will say the Macho crown, it does sit on his head there. Tight enough, I would say. Not going to fall off on us. And then you put that scepter in his hand, and you're off to those Macho King races right there. How about that? Very, very cool. Took a while to get here, but I guess all good things are worth those who wait. I guess. But it's fun to have another Macho Man in the Big Rubber Guys line. Have to imagine we're going to see some more Macho Mans before it's all said and done. I guess, didn't we get like a patriotic one, or did we already pre-order that? I think we pre-ordered it, but it hasn't shipped yet. I think that is the thing. That went up around 4th of July, if I'm not mistaken. Hard to keep track at this point. Now you throw LJNs back in the mix. It's a never-ending Big Rubber Guys cycle is what's got going on here. But of course, speaking of Big Rubber Guys, how about the first Macho Man here? Another iconic Macho Man along the way. And we got a couple of different repaints of this, as we do know. And then I guess we're talking Kings. How about Matt Cardona, the Deathmatch King and the Macho King together? Looking pretty darn cool right here. So another fabulous one. Have to imagine this one will be a pretty good seller. Obviously, the Macho Man, very iconic. One of the most popular wrestlers of all time, and a lot of Macho collectors. So I got to think people will be after this one. Not sure if there's any left, but you got to pick it up at Collect Major. That's the place where this is being sold. Check it out. Maybe they have some more in stock. But there it is. Big Rubber Guys, Macho King Randy Savage. Be interested to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Worth a pickup, long game, no game, hard pass game, not so sure game? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Always helps the channel. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel, Kyle Peterson 2.0. Videos each and every single day. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is my podcast each and every single week. Every Tuesday, Kyle Peterson Show, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. And of course, don't forget YouTube channel memberships and Patreon for even more content. So for the Macho King, I'm Kyle. Ooh, yeah.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?